Have you ever met someone who seemed out of time? Like they stepped right out of a black and white photograph? I did. Her name was Eleanor, and she ran the quietest little bookshop on a street corner everyone else had forgotten. I stumbled in one rainy Tuesday, mostly to escape the downpour. The place smelled like old paper and Earl Grey tea, and there she was behind a massive oak counter, her silver hair in an elegant twist, wearing a dress that looked like it was from the 1940s. She wasn't just wearing a vintage style, she was vintage. I started visiting every week. I learned she was a widow. Her husband, Arthur, was a pilot in World War II. She'd tell me stories about him, her eyes sparkling. She'd talk about the letters he sent, the dances they went to before he left, the way he'd hum Glenn Miller tunes off key. But she always spoke of him in the present tense. "Arthur loves this author," she'd say, or "This is the kind of mystery Arthur would solve in a heartbeat." One afternoon, I found an old photo album tucked away in a dusty corner. I opened it, and there they were, Eleanor and Arthur, young and vibrant. But as I flipped the pages, something felt off. The photos of Arthur stopped abruptly. The last one was of him in his uniform, waving from a train. The rest of the album was filled with pictures of Eleanor alone, at the bookshop, at the park, year after year, always looking towards the camera with a soft, hopeful smile, as if she was looking right at the person taking the picture. I felt a lump in my throat. I looked over at her, carefully dusting a shelf of poetry books. I finally understood. The next week, I brought her a small gift. A new high-quality camera. She unwrapped it, confused. "Oh, my dear," she said, her voice soft. "This is lovely, but who would I take pictures of?" I smiled, my voice a little shaky. "Of yourself, Eleanor, for Arthur." Her hand flew to her mouth, and her eyes, for the first time since I'd met her, filled with tears. But they weren't sad tears. She looked at me, then at the camera, and then around her little shop, this world she had built. "He never came home from the war, you know," she whispered, the first time she'd ever admitted it out loud to me. "But he asked me to keep living, to see the world for both of us. So every year on our anniversary, I take a photo to show him I'm keeping my promise." She had been using an old failing camera for decades. For 60 years, she had been documenting her life for a man who never returned. Her entire life was a love letter sent across time, and in that quiet, dusty bookshop, I realized I hadn't just met someone out of time. I had met the living, breathing embodiment of a love that time itself could never, ever touch.